The pettiest man, the elfiest man, the friendliest guy. It's Elrang him. Sorry, I should say Mer, shouldn't I? That's my bad. It's Elrang himself. One thing I forgot to mention yesterday when I was talking about the religious changes was when I was looking up names to call it something AYLEID, right, or something in the AYLEID Dune language. I out of pure curiosity tried to look up Elrang to see what there was, right? And this is, I promise this is purely coincidental. This isn't some 5-year play from that first Elder Kings 1 series that kicked the channel off all those years ago. When I first named him, I was like, oh, Elrond, Elrang, that'll do. It was totally lazy. Exceptionally, unbelievably lazy, right? However, this is where it gets good. I looked it up, and L specifically, and this is where it gets even more nuts, L with a capital E and the hyphen, as in the gem in the Amulet of Kings, the Kaim El Abadal. I think that's what it's called anyway. The L in that means something like godlike, or you know, like sacred, or something to that effect. And then there isn't anything for Rang, but the closest on there, and I say it's pretty close, is Ran, R-A-N. So minus the G, that just simply means king, as in Aran. So, Elrang, or the closest AYLEID translation you can get, is godlike king. Tell me that isn't a sign. A 5-year sign. Here we are. Sirod, once again. Now, I'm not a man easily swayed by the nonsense in the comment section. However, I said an offhand comment, something like, we should eventually conquest Halstress, because as the king of fashion that Elrang is universally renowned as, we would not be happy about them having a conflicting color on the map. Somebody said, more importantly, you wouldn't be happy with them being at Halstress, because dress is like dress, and that is fashion. And you know what? God damn it, you make an incredible point. We may have to go to war with them eventually. So the big debate, and the kind of big thing that a lot of people are talking about in the comment section that really, I'm just going to have to try and figure out, to be honest. A lot of people are saying that if we want to consecrate another holy site, we have to move our capital there. It has to be the capital of whatever kingdom you're in. Now, we consecrated the White Gold Tower. We can, with a little bit... Now, we can't move our capital again, sorry, just to preface this whole point. We can only move it once per lifetime, unless, and this is the important point, it's back to the de jure capital of your primary title. So you remember how we moved our capital in Arenthia, we moved from where we were originally over to a better place, the head of the duchy. Then, because we'd already moved it to allow us to move our capital over here, we had to make the Imperial Isle our main title and then move to the Imperial Isle. So, what I'm getting at is we could conquest, because I wanted to conquest Lindai, because not only is there that AYLEID crown there, which would be pretty nice, but it's also an AYLEID kingdom, an old AYLEID kingdom, as is all of Cyrodiil. But if we take whatever is supposed to be here, which I think is County Coral, right? If we take the Kingdom of Coral, which is all split apart right now, would be a pretty easy war, except for the one county that's in Anvil, but even then I think we're going to be pretty easy on that front. We just conquest this. We go Duchy Conquest, Duchy Conquest, Duchy Conquest, all the way up to Sancretur, which, as well, might have the Amulet of Kings, because that's where it's currently hidden in Elder Scrolls history. We can form a whole new kingdom. We move... We make that kingdom tier title. We make that our capital. We move... the only problem was, people were saying, was that it has to be our culture and our religion, which, of course, is going to be a long-term investment. But we could move over there and then work from that point onwards, right? We're a lich, so realistically, we don't really have to worry about time. But time is, you know, not very kind when it comes to cultural and religious conversion right now, which is decades. So, of course, it'll be fast when we actually get the culture. So I think that's exactly what we're going to do. Brace yourself for all-out war. And I think all-out war absolutely is going to be. Let's have a look then. Can we upgrade our man-at-arms at all? No, but we can buy more mammoths. And I do love bankrupting the realms for great big furry elephants. Everything else is looking fine, and we can make a new man-at-arms regiment. Maybe. Soul Wraith. Werewolves. Oh, we know that those are good. But the Soul Wraith, though, what do they offer as benefits? They've got slightly more defense, but slightly less attack. They've got the... Oh, but they have way less pursuit. Oh, no, the werewolves, I would say, depending on their counters. So the Soul Wraiths counter light infantry archers creatures. The werewolves counter light infantry creatures. So the only difference is archers. But the werewolves also get 2 bonuses from forests and plains. I think it's fairly safe to say the werewolves are better. Even though I love the idea of getting soul wraiths. That's so cool. Ancestral Guardians, again, are good, but they are less in forest and less in, what is that, mountain? Which is going to be the majority of our wars, so I'm not big into that one. What are the Toje again? I don't know what the hell they're from. It's like spell swords, basically. I don't know what's adding those, but we've got access to that. We've also got those worm cultists, too, which are, again, they're fine, but they get no terrain effects. Actually, the werewolves seem very, very, very powerful. What else do we need piety for right now? Nothing. So why not spend it on bloody werewolves? Yes, big fan. So, oh, we lost a bodyguard. Actually, you know what? Let's do a little, because it's going to be quite heavy on the war this time around. Let's go through and make sure that everything's in order, right? Let's make sure that our court is in the right place, that we've got bodyguards and court artificers, etc., etc. There we go. That seems pretty good. And then is there anything else we need to do? Let's check the royal court. Nothing there for us. Not really a big deal, right? Everything's going fine. You want to forge Regalia. She's competent. You're legendary. You want to forge a piece of jewelry. I would pay for that if I didn't have to pay for mammoths and werewolves. The treasury has to go to the important things, I think. This should be an easy war. There's no limit to the cooldowns. Oh my god, we could do holy wars too. Oh no. I could have done that and boosted our fervor up massively, couldn't I? That would have been good had I not spent all the money on werewolves. Not that it matters too much, because if we're just after the... bear in mind, we've got unlimited use of the Conquer Kingdom Casus Belli. It's very, very, very expensive. That's, of course, something we would use against Compatch. Take the whole bloody thing in one fell swoop. And then, sure, we lose a lot of prestige, but chances are in a war that massive, we get that prestige back. So, you know what? What do we need then for Duchy Conquest? Nope. Conquer Duchy. It's 675 prestige. Well, one thing we have right now is an enormous amount of prestige. Before we dive in, is there anything else I want to do with the culture? Did I not diverge it last time? Oh, no, hang on. We changed. That's right. We changed from courtly to, like, bellicose, I think. I don't remember. No, we didn't want to diverge. I wanted to reform. My bad. Yeah, reformation is already ongoing. 22 months. We're changing from courtly to bureaucratic. That's right. 5% extra lifestyle experience and extra development growth. Great call, I suppose, in hindsight for our lichdom, you know, to gain that extra experience. That's good. But it is also... Is that based on our traits, so like our education? I'm not sure. Whatever, we'll figure it out. Right, stop getting distracted. Let's do some war. We're apparently at truce with you. Not for long. Goodbye. Right, back to work. I think it would make more sense to go for either this one first or Glademist. Glademist? God knows how they pronounce it in Oblivion. Don't remember. Right, let's put you right there. And let's get to work. So you are first. Oh, we're already at truce with you as well. Oh my god, I bet I attacked all these friggin' people to... We're trying to kill Selethel. Why? Oh, because he called us a lazy, I think. Or something like that. Yeah, no, these are all the people that we went on raids for to get prisoners. That's alright. We could vassalize her and then just retract it. If that works, it would be good. I don't see why we can't revoke it because she's a hostile fate. We might have to fight 2 wars for 1 county. Honestly, not a big deal. Totally fine. Right, let's move you up to there. You know what? I'll move you up to there as well. More chance to... Oh, hello. And we're about to convert our wife, soulmate, queen, and Pelin, Arana Mira. The lovely Daedra. His lovely Daedra wife. You know what? I was kind of hoping the opposite would happen to that. That's unfortunate. Better commander. You're commanding over here, right? This is a little unfortunate. Yeah, no, I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping they would... Where's your armor? Alright, why have you taken off your armor? He's taken off his Lord's mail. Or is that because we're commanding troops? I'm not sure. How very bizarre. Okay, well, hang on. Why don't we put back on... got invisibility, resist disease. Well, I mean, resisting disease is bloody pointless when you're immortal, right? Let's put on some bound armor then. Has that worked? No, he's taken his Lord's mail off. He doesn't want to scratch it. Understandable. Alright, sorry. Let's move that commander over to here. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that they would come down and meet these other 2 armies, but that should be fine, right? Chances are even. High quality, more men at arms. We do have that better commander. We've won it. We're fine. Oh, God. Here's the thing. So we've got a weird kind of dichotomy going on with the character. He's, I guess the only way we could really describe it, right? Elrang is cynical, yet simultaneously is the person who reformed this religion. He reformed the religion for his own benefit, for the benefit of his realm, so that his people could aspire to be the best possible without the restrictions of the church. He's not necessarily a religious man. But how do we kind of, how do we equate that with him also wanting to obviously do what's best for this new religion that he's founded, so that people follow it, believe in it, and embrace it a bit better? Like right now, would we condemn her, or would we stay silent? Well, he gets stressed either way. One's because he's cynical, one's because she's just stressing him out. That one does give us piety, though. And we do want to show, maybe Elrang, being the ambitious, deceitful piece of shit that he is, maybe he would go out of his way to be like, that's a terrible thing she's done. How could she undermine my brand new faith? Because that's effectively what she's doing, right? She's undermining something that he spent a long time putting together. I think that's a fair way to look at it. All right, we'll stick with that mindset then, I suppose. Oh, God. I was born on this day 233 years ago. The older I get, the more I cherish the relationships I've cultivated over the years. But it saddens me. I've not heard from my wife, Mira, or any of my friends. We, of course, know what this is. It is a surprise party. Very nice. So hang on, what have we had? The medium one was a statue before. Is it louder today, or is it just me? The medium one was a statue. The small thing was a brooch, and the big one was a spear. Let's try another medium. The taper of St. David. Who is St. David? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I guess we kill him then. I guess we kill him. Our great-grandson Vassal and Pelin. Elrang does not like him, but he likes Elrang. If you like Elrang so much, why the hell would you have written a shitty poem about him? Die. That's playing the character. That's roleplay, because we did not like him. We're vengeful. He was our rival. Even though we're compassionate to our family members, if they wrong us, I feel like Elrang's own bitter, twisted, petty ways would override any love for his people and his dynasty that he would have. Die. We lose 125... No, we don't. We lose a net 175 stress. My God. It was, again, 150 prestige as well. Let's have a look at this artifact then. What was it? Oh, we're missing an artifact slot. What happened? Don't tell me. I thought the delicious face of Finaster rotted away. Good. My God. I thought that was tragedy then for a second. So, we could translate the Cyrodiilic, but there's no point because the murder scheme is already at the highest, No, you're the person I can't declare war on. Yeah, that's right. We're already at the highest percentage, so there's not much point, right? I think any scheme like that, there's no point trying to, be fancy with it. Just let it happen. 5% chance of failing, right? Let's take it. Hold on. Let me pause the recording and just make sure that she is wearing clothes, because the last thing I want is an event pop-up for a naked woman on the screen. YouTube don't like that anymore. Ah, she is. It's just a low-cut top. It just didn't... that pop-up did not look as if it was going to end well for this channel. Right. Enforce demands. There is a nudity toggle button in CK3, right? Right. Hey there. I would like to revoke your title. Why? Because we're at truce. Put her on the list. It still works fine as far as I'm concerned. That's still all right. Right. So, now we can attack you now that we've got a much bigger, better foothold. Without having to worry about things, pathetic things like attrition. Was this a good strategy? Is this good tactics? Let's do it. So that was, hang on, whoa, 675. So we're on 11,280. It's very late. I'm going to take a quick screenshot of that. God knows if that pops up in the recording. Apologies if it did. I'm going to screenshot that and just compare that to how much prestige we end up having at the end of this war. Because then we can really figure out the real cost of the war, right? Let's move you to Lindai. That's where... Oh, no, hang on. Move you to there. You follow and go to Lindai when it's over. Let's move you to Coral. How many troops you got? 1,700. I think we're fine. Murder en route. This one's fine to do. Explore the terrain yourself. That's all right. Maybe, sure, it's not giving any positives to the plot. Maybe it'll undo some negatives? Not sure. Right. Well, this is going well, I think. A little bit too well. Very suspicious. Right, let's move you over there. Now, is it possible that they can potentially have some sort of, like, coalition? So, like, in CK2, right? If you're playing a Viking character and you do a lot of conquesting on Christian counties, they can, you know, like, due to threat levels or whatever you got your game rules set on and things like that, they can eventually almost get, like, a Christian coalition against you. Can anything like that happen here? Because that would be something we want to try and avoid. I don't want to piss off the whole of Cyrodiil, because as it stands right now, we can roll across all of them. But if they unify together, we might be in a lot of trouble, because we haven't exactly got money to fall back on mercenaries anymore right now either. While perusing some enchanting tomes, I find an interesting little enchantment. It involves producing an illusory yet irritating sound only heard by the wearer of the artifact, deafening them. Immediately, that witch Loreckless comes to mind. Why? Oh, right, so we're not going to murder her, even though she's his rival, because he does still have some respect for her, even if he doesn't like her, even if she has openly, you know, kind of made him look terrible. This is a plus 42 opinion, so he still has some respect for his own daughter, which I think is reasonable. She's pretty well learned in diplomacy. She's pretty good at intrigue, so I think he's all right with that. That being said, of course, he is going to follow his own vengeance, right? Never underestimate the power of a mob. Ah, there we go. There's another one down, so now it's another war we can go for. Obviously, if we can do county conquests, we should be doing that. Oh, sorry, what did I say? We started the war with 11,208. We've got 11,500, right? So we've gained 220 prestige. Granted, that was a very quick war. Wars with more battles, more sieges, things like that. That's obviously going to give us more prestige. She has two. Where is Sundercliff? All the way down in Senalana? No. Oh my god, it's all the way over in... Where would that even be? Like Leowin? I don't know. Chaden Hull, maybe? God knows. Whatever. Obviously, we'll go for this one, though. And let's carry on. I didn't drop my troops, and I was allowed to declare war again. How did that happen? Huh. Is that an innovation we've picked up? Go to war without dropping our troops? Men at arms. No. Provincial governors? How are we doing that? That's interesting. Okay, if anybody knows, I'll be on the lookout for a comment explaining that. Maybe there's a development. Maybe it was a religious... Or maybe it's one of our, like, religious things that we picked up. I have no bloody clue. How is this even a thing? That seems very, very overpowered if we can just raise up our armies and just dive in like this. Oh, there you go. They've agreed that, look, all of this rivalry between her and the other guy, not the guy we murdered, though. It was, oh, shit. Did I seriously kill a man over a rude joke? No. We became rivals, and then he wrote a shitty poem about us, I think. Loreckless, though, was the person who made the accidental innuendo. Let's stop being rivals. Ah, kill Warlord Mercurio. I'll show you a warlord. Yes. I think this would very much please Boethia. Everything we've done right now would be pleasing Boethia. On the subject of that, I know she's not one of our main people, but I kind of feel like Mehrunes Dagon has that aspect of it. Mehrunes Dagon and the other scheming Daedra that we've picked kind of already has that. Right, somebody said we should have a look at the Pantheon and pick someone to follow, right? So we could go Mehrunes Dagon, given that we're doing a lot of conquest and war. We could go Mephala for all these underhanded schemes that we're doing right now. Hermaeus Mora is very good. Health penalties are relevant for the Arcana and the Learning. Clavicus Val is really good. Yeah, this is very accidental, isn't it, that we've ended up each one of the characters, or each one of the Pantheon members basically have a different field. We haven't got much overlap between them. I think that's worked out really, really well. Like martial focus, intrigue focus, learning focus, diplomacy, like round management for Clavicus Vile. More learning but piety for Azura. Piety and Arcana for Ciribane, and blah, 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 blah. Cool. We can't do it for 3 years. So can I select a new patron? Did I select a patron before? Actually don't think I did. Oh, well, not it matters too much, right? I imagine we'll probably pick, to be honest, Hermaeus Mora. Haran became a beast again. My guy, what's going on with that? Right, are they movement locked? How do you find out? I don't know how you find out in CK3, but I presume they are. If we do that, you will probably win. I bloody hope we're going to win with that many troops. And we've got those guys reinforcing. They'll get there before the battle's over. And, oh, they did just get there before the battle's over. And, boom. So be it. Thank you. So, in those 2 duchy wars, we're only down, like, 400 or so prestige. Oh, sorry, about 600 or so prestige when you include the first initial cost. So, sorry, can I just go to war again with my troops raised? This is nonsense. God knows why that's going the way it is. Do we stick with, like, going for this like lightning war, right? Where we just keep going. War after war after war after war. Dish it all out afterwards when we've sorted it. And then go from there? I think that may work the best. Let's murder this lady so we can revoke a title. We don't have to launch any other murder plots at this point, right? I would like to conquer your duchy. Let's go from Lindai, I suppose. So if you're wondering why allies are joining the war, somebody pointed out there was a mod that was suggested to me called, like, better... Well, it's in the collection, which, again, it's linked in the description. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. It was, like, better vassals or more interesting vassals, I think the mod is called, which gives you some new events and new management things. But they can also decide to join wars as an ally. Now, that's true of us, but that's also true of our enemies, too. You got to bear that in mind. So if they like their ruler, and we declare war on, say, Compatch, some of his allies could directly join, giving 100% of their levies and blah, 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 rather than just a proportion of it equal to their contract. I guess kind of similar to how some governments worked in CK2 in that regard. Right, let's get to it. Yeah, hello there. Right, we'll move you there. Can we get up to there without... Yeah, I was going to say, we'll go to there without actually taking any attrition. Brief battle. Immediately got him. Let's see it through, because this is going for... Again, we're going for a speedy war. This is good. Oh, this is good. And all of this we need, right? So this is all part of Coral as well. So Rails and Sancrator are at war. So now might be a great time to quickly swoop in. I wish ESC closed all the menus. Because I was pressing it then. I don't know if it's obvious. I was pressing it then trying to get it to stop. But, oh, shit. She took a chunk of Sancrator. That's annoying. Well, that's a murder plot waiting to happen, isn't it? Deal with that in a second. Right, we'll keep 2 big armies. Let's move you to... Oh, let's go for the war goal. So let's move you to there. You can come up through the middle. Because their armies are probably over and... Oh! Holy Wolf, the Kingdom of Coral. This is exactly what I was worried about. Oh, shit. Well, you don't have to leave that comment anymore, because I feel like I've answered it. Who is this? This is King Bacula of Anvil. Because we now share a border with him. Bollocks. Rally the troops, then. Fair enough. That's cool. Who's attacking us? So it's Anvil. This lady here. Oh, and his vassals. Right, so this is exactly what I was talking about. His vassals have joined the war in his favor. So now they're giving like 5,000 troops rather than what they would have been given without that. You know what? Go for it. I'm up for a war against Anvil as well. That sounds fun. Raise all the armies. Why are my man-at-arms not... Oh, they were in the process of raising. I see. Right. Diplomacy Lifestyle perk. Let's go for... Guess we keep going for Patriarch, right? A lot of our recent character-driven changes have been about compassion for the AYLEID people. And I feel like Patriarch we could take metaphorically. What do you want to do about this? Shall we see the war through in... Should we see our offensive war through first? And then spin around and fight Anvil afterwards? I'm a little worried about fighting both simultaneously, but maybe it'll be fine. This should be a quick one, though. If we don't piss around too much. Come on, take the capital, take the leader. Okay, 58%, not bad. Let's move you to... I'll be honest, I was waiting then kind of banking on not having to move these troops around so we can prepare for Anvil, but that's alright. Let's move you to Sancrator. And that's their armies going over there. Maybe we could go fight some armies, get some easy war score. This is what I'm concerned about. They are massing. So what we'll do is probably combine our armies into an enormous unit and then go from there. Don't worry about spending money. We might need to hire some mercenaries. What have we got here? Mystic Communion, Grand Rite for Hermaeus Mora. We'll worry about that in a moment. Oh, scheme discovered. Shit. Well, that's unfortunate. I should have gone with it then in hindsight. Balls. That is unfortunate. You know what? Abandon it for now. We got bigger fish to fry. An anvil-shaped fish. You became obese again. He's really having problems with that, isn't he? It's all the... Oh, and he's dealt with it. It's all the people he's been eating. Goes right to your... everything. It goes right to everywhere because they're people. Hold on. Wait. Oh, can we avoid that battle? Oh, God, no. No, 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 no. I don't want you killing all my troops unnecessarily. Stop. Even though they're only going to kill, like, maybe a handful. Shall we convert... So, someone did bring this up in the comments, but I don't think I really illustrated my point. Somebody was like, don't forget that your reason your culture is so good right now is because you've been keeping it as small as possible with big learning bonuses. And, yeah, that's it. But we are still the head of the list. I don't think culturally converting, say, a few provinces around us, we're still going to be the smallest culture out of all of the big cultures, so we'll still maintain a lead. And we'll get the benefits of converting them over, right? So it's not a big deal. No one's going to catch us at this point. Sure, we could boom right ahead of them. But I think we're doing all right as we are. I don't think we can... I don't want to metagame too much, you know? Come on! Go! Please. Nice. That was what I was after. Okay. Done. Right. Hold on. Anvil, scary. Kind of everywhere. Bring these troops together as one unit. Maybe go for... Shit. There is no supply anywhere. I'm afraid of this rather large Imperial army hanging around. Pull the army back. Let's merge them there. 18,000. And then we just... Look, because they're so spread out, we can just thin their troops out repeatedly. Our player heir, unyielding defender, which lowers casualties, but he's more about sieging. What about you? Reaver? Cautious leader. Okay, you know what? Let's stick with what we've got. Let's give this a go. They're going to reinforce, but I think by the time they get here... we're no longer friends. Fine. I think by the time they get here... We're going to have killed so many of their forces. Yeah, look, we pulled ahead. Lots of... It was a massive, enormous battle. But because they had to reinforce into an already losing battle, we're totally fine. 17,000 fled. That's a bit concerning. So they've got more numbers than us now. They had anyway. Don't forget. They had anyway. It's not a big deal. Where are they off to then? Disappointing. Disappointing. They've done a lot of sieging though, haven't they? Right. A friend indeed. Ooh, it's Marinora, everybody. Hello. Things have been a bit tight around the castle of late. No matter how much I collect in taxes, I haven't been able to make ends meet. We're in debt. Shit. Marinora, ever the dutiful friend, has come to visit in this bout of bad luck. As we discuss the current troubles, she offers to replenish my coffers with a hearty stimulus. Marinora clasps my hand softly and says, let me help you, my friend. I know you would do the same for me. She's going to give us 75 gold. You know what, Marinora? Thank you. I appreciate that. We can, however, quite literally make money out of thin air thanks to our mighty alteration powers. So let's go ahead and cast a grand alteration. And you know what? Why not another? For good luck. Actually, what's our magicka these days? 662. Shame it couldn't be just a few points higher there, but that's all right. Let's go for grand again. Let's go for grand again. Boom. Perhaps I should say a grand. Right. Counter siege or chase the troops? I think we chase the troops, because if we do that, they are not going to be able to ever stop us. I'm going to try and go over here and replenish. You know what? Don't worry about it. Let's make them come to us. You've become obese. Poor guy's really going through it, isn't he? Ideally, I'd like to go back and replenish the supply, but we're doing fine. Here they come. That's a lot of people. Fuck me. And we're out of money again. Oh, God. Why are they so expensive? Oh. I don't know what to do at this point. I feel like... Oh, no. We gain ill from our divine guidance. That's okay. Maybe we can magic that away. Honestly, I feel like... Maybe the best option is we just go for Anvil's capital and try and take some prisoners and try and white piece them. Because this is... That's a lot of people. Why don't we retreat back to the Imperial Isle? Let's retreat back to the Imperial Isle. Let's restock. Reinforce. Head back out there. Okay. Hello. I will not stand for the vile oppression of good Heartland and Malada any longer. Our time is at hand. With Trinimac guiding us, we will rise up free. No. Shit. We've got a peasant revolt as well. Oh my god, that's enormous. It's all falling apart. Deal with the peasant revolt. I mean, look. We surrender to, if we have to, surrender to... Anvil. All we would do is lose a duchy. Because that's what they're after, right? It's a duchy, holy war for the kingdom of Coral. No, we would lose everything we've just picked up in Coral. Granted, we'd be going back to where we started. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. However, if we lose to this peasant revolt... Oh, someone escaped my prison, that's fine. If we lose to a peasant revolt, we're in a lot more trouble. Boom. Okay. Done. Nice. Right, then. Can I hire... I was going to say a holy order, but obviously not. We haven't got any money. We are 2,000 in debt. This is fucked. Mayron's Dagon to help me. I made a mistake and help me. What can we do? They've split their armies again. Maybe we just go in for another quick hang up. Oh, Jesus. This is nuts, isn't it? Okay. Right, let's hang around a minute. Let's plan this out. If we go bumbling into here, 3,000 come down from there, 7,000 up there. That's what I'm concerned about. Should we start the war attacking into that? No. Alright, so this is fucked then. I don't really know how I'm supposed to recover from minus 3,000. Yeah, the army's gone. I'm just going to surrender this out because we can't win. So they're going to take everything we tried to pick up. That is really unfortunate. However, what if we just... What if we wait for this idiot to make the Kingdom of Coral, then we just murder him and then have his kids fight amongst themselves? The thing is, we've got one thing he never has, and that's time. Infinite time. No, piss off. What do you want? Yes. You may have people in exchange for money. That seems good. Right. Steward, dead. That probably explains why the treasurer is in a bit of a bad situation. Don't worry about cultural conversion. I need some money. Collect some taxes. What the hell is this? What are you doing on my land? Get out of here. Not that we can really afford to raise troops, but nonetheless. What the hell? Oh, I was going to say that said that we would lose catastrophically then. Did you see that? And they fled, cowards. Where are they going? They're going over there. Oh, God. Maybe I shouldn't have my troops raised costing me this much money when we're not really... It's not going to... we would lose less money leaving them to just raid and pillage, but it's the principle, right? Summer of sadness. When such a beautiful countenance is hid from sight, those left behind must feel a blight, alone bereft, without that sweet man who next amongst us will end his span. Oh, that's lovely. Feelings of sorrow and loss. This is truly heartfelt, thank you. Urusek spared. Despite the successful besieging of a settlement for Urusek, a fortification protecting the swaths of Greater Urusek, Duke Aris has restrained his troops. The resulting looting has been isolated and sporadic. It's these bloody people. These people. Kill them. Alright, they've escaped. Whatever. Right, let's drop some troops then. We're going to have to reassess this situation. Ah. Do you think he'll... Oh, he has made the Kingdom of Coral. You're too predictable. You are too predictable. Challenge to a board game. And then we stab him in the eye. No, okay, fine. We'll take this slowly. We've got all the... Please put some clothes on, madam. No! We're not going to express your undying love for your own daughter. Or refuse to be distracted by any woman. You've already got your soulmate, Daedra wife that you're loyal to, you weird idiot man. Right, he's under a lot of stress. Okay, he just lost half of his territory. I exploded far too fast. I was applying CK2 logic to not CK2, and it's clearly bit me in the ass here. Right, you were the one who led that Malada peasant revolt. Right, let's get rid of you. Get rid of you. Bed and Devour? Yeah, why not? Honestly, I'd like to ransom everybody out if we can. Try and take the edge off this money situation a bit. It did not. I should have just executed them all. Get out. And get out. Right. Okay. Problem solved. We were ill, probably because we ate a bunch of stinky, awful prisoners. Well, on the plus side, we did just get urbanization. Let's have a look at those innovations, see if there's anything that might be able to help us out in what is an enormous holy war. Can't believe I had to go ahead and jinx it by saying, oh, I wonder if they could unify and attack us, and then immediately lose the kingdom to a holy war. That's amazing. Heraldry. Gives different laws prestige. That one gives, blah, blah, blah. Not really necessary. Scootage. Vassal tax. Guilds give domain limit. Land grants gives fabricate claim bonuses. Banking for development growth. Really, I should have gone with that one first. But really, we should be going for, some sort of military bonuses, right? Anyway, let's kill the King of Anvil. Let's get rid of this man. I presume that will divide his territory, though I haven't checked yet. We'll just double check here. This should be partition. Equal partition. Right, so Coral goes to one kid, Anvil goes to the other. There's chaos among him dying. Then we flip around and we launch our own war against the child. Oh, look, they're already in the middle of a rebellion. But what's going on with this? Hey, stop this. Whisper words can topple a king. Keep the doors to the castle open to me for 150 gold. Well, why not? We're already 2,700 down. What I wanted to check then is the factions. See if we're likely to have that happen again. The sun is shining and peasants are milling about the tourney arena hosted by my wife. All my Palantir as Arana Mirror announces the tournament in their honor. Fine. This day is in our honor, my dear. Very good. Right. So, factions. Goblins. Nordic Pantheon. None of them are particularly problematic. Vassals who cannot join factions is everybody, so really I'm not that bothered. I think everything's fine. I think everything's alright. Let's get you... Who the hell is this? You're not an elf, boy. You're a Tinnaban. Is it possible that I can... maybe modify a contract, make it so that she can't... I presume we can't stop her going to war against us with some contract adjustments? That's alright. Whatever. What's this faction to them? The Arpentil of Wei has given rise to the Heartlander Goromalatu popularis. This is the problem. We've got an alien religion. We've got the local imperial religions. We've got our new religion. We've got lots of people hating us if they're not our religion because we are an undead zombie man. It's all going a bit pear-shaped. Oh, Evilu was the Dhamma that we kidnapped to go on that legendary adventure. Do you remember? Or maybe it was to make the jewelry. Whatever. Right, King Bacula, if that is your real name. Let's kill him dead. Deliver the bird as a gift. Fine. Dismisses the bird trader. Don't really care, because you're dead either way, my friend. Tell King Bacola it was me. Perhaps the covenants aren't so useless after all. He was sent off by a bandit's blade. I remember when King Bacula of Anvil declared war on me. Reap what you sow, cretin. We got away with it. Okay, so now we take a look at this mighty kingdom of Coral, which we've basically unified. They've got 4,000 troops. They've got 6,000 troops. The King of Anvil is now a baby. So we take a look at this and we say, hey, kingdom conquest would be really good on you. All we've got to do is claw out of an enormous amount of debt. So here's the plan then. Let's turn that off. Let's turn this off. Let's turn that off. Let's turn bound armor. Keep stewardship. Get rid of learning. And then slowly rebuild Magicka. Actually, swap learning for Arcana. No. What are you doing? Swap learning for Arcana. So that we can regenerate Magicka faster. Is there any artifacts we can swap out? I think we had a fancy ring. Oh, God. I might have to get rid of the, I may have to get rid of the Face of Finasta. I would really like anything that gives Arcana. Which is not a massive amount. Shit. Delicious Face of Finasta. Sure. Though it saddens me to say, I will unequip the Delicious Face of Finasta. It served us very well. But clearly, things are getting a little more complex, and we can't just fanny about, at least not for the time being, not in the short term. Our weapons giving it. Yeah, you're doing that. You're doing that. Okay, everything's fine. I mean, I've done as much as I can to... What's all of our backroom artifacts? They disappeared. They're just gone. That's all right. We didn't need that anyway. That's fine. They're gone forever. I don't know why they've disappeared. I wonder if that's where I had to remake the mod pack. Oh, whatever. Yeah, no fighting in the family. Or we let them sort out their... No, they should sort out their own quarrels. Became obese. Understandable. Stress eating. Oh, he's back to his old self. That's good. Right, some taxes there from our steward. Very nice. We're no longer obese. Very good. I just wish he'd sort that out. We've converted this lady to witchcraft. Very good. I guess we just sit and wait now for our gold to come back. And then we'll go for that kingdom level conquest on Coral. What I've really learned is it's all right to have a hideous amount of man-at-arms as long as you can afford them, which, in this situation... It is very fair to say I cannot. And I have a feeling that it's the mammoths. I love mammoth. But holy shit, they're so expensive. They're very, 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 very strong. They're not even that good. Wetlands, mountains, they're lower. They get benefits from glacial, tundra, and winter. Oh, they counter every type. The treasury cannot bear such an expense. We're making 100 gold a month and they're still too expensive. Became a beast again. It's all right. See it through. See it through. I'm taking back Coral, I swear to God. Oh, Anvil just took a chunk out of it. No, Coral expanded upwards. That's even better. It took Sancretor. Potion seller. Walking between audiences, I overhear an unsusceptible court physician, Mobdan, discussing his finest flight of fancy. It's supposedly the strongest potion in existence and comes from only the furthest reaches of the world, or so say the merchants and alchemists I've spoken to. He pulls out a vial of pale yellow liquid, swirling it beneath my courtier's curling noses. They say it grants vigor and long life, and it's favored by those who are going into battle. But only the strongest can handle your potion. When you are an immortal lich, I feel like even a 1% chance of dying is a rather foolish idea. Let's give it to the food taster. No, there's an act of tyranny. We have to do it. Could you imagine if he'd have died then? Could you imagine if that had been the thing that killed him, hitting that 1% chance? Malapena Malika, welcome. Thank you for the money, the grandeur. I appreciate that. We could sell some artifacts. We've got a Dynasty Legacy. Hello there. Convergent Blood is nice. Bounteous Loins. Good for the rest of the Dynasty. Not for us. Not that the Dynasty is having any problems with breeding as it stands. Convergent Blood. Sure. It's a basic bitch choice, but I do think that now that Elrang can't directly have children or influence that in any particular way, we do... Well, I mean, we can magic them to increase fertility, I suppose. Confidence. Each friend adds confidence. Adds minus 5% to stress gain. We do have 3 friends. That's nice. Marinora. And then 2 of the others whose names I definitely remember. Nim and... Zafani, our old court's curate. Our old court priest. That's nice. Well, we're almost out of debt. Took a few months, few years, but we're getting there. Right, what can we do then? We can have a grand right to Hermaeus Mora, where I had to reset my mod pack after I broke everything putting the Steam mod pack together. Obviously, that localization has gone back, but I will fix that afterwards again. Let's read from an ancient grimoire, and then let's have... Oh, yes. Galada, teach me your martial knowledge. Teach me your martial knowledge, because my god, do we need that one. Bellum Justum. No, thank you. A man's home. Hard rule. Siege progress against revolts is up. That's pretty good. Stalwart leader. I think it would be a really interesting twist if Elrang started leading armies by himself. But he is... Martial is his lowest skill. We haven't really got much doing... Well, of course, we've picked up no benefits for it, right? We haven't done anything to give him anything towards Martial. So it makes sense, because we've never focused on Martial. I think we focused on all the others at some stage or the other. Yeah, quite extensively. Maybe this is a new chapter in his life where we become this warlord, having suffered an enormous defeat at the hands of Anvil. Maybe this is where he thinks to himself, actually, shit, I think it's time to start leading troops. Now, is it prowess that's used for, remind me, for commanders in this, or is it martial? It is prowess. Interesting. Okay. Well, Elrang's prowess should be fairly easy to... Is it prowess that's leading an army? Well, let's double check that. Because I feel like Elrang would be near the top of the list, right? It's not prowess. It is their commander advantage, which is determined by their martial skill. Ah. Yeah. Martial skill 13. Oh, so it's 1-to-1 for your martial skill and then any of the bonuses after that. Oh, interesting. Right, so it was martial skill. I'm glad I double-checked that. In that case, let's do something about that. Sod it. Strategy focus. Boom. Elrang has realized that there's a significant gap in his knowledge after all this years and all of this bragging. He doesn't know how to fight in wars. So, my god, we're going to change that. What do you think? Stalwart leader reduces the risk of commanding armies. I feel like it's a good idea given that Elrang is going to be commanding his own armies. Imagine the demoralization of enemy forces when Elrang the Liches fly in Elder Scrolls. They do that all the time. Floats across the battlefield, staff in one hand, Chrysamere in the other. I think I gave that away. Lord's Mail, casting fireballs because he's, of course, a master mage having unlocked every magic path. I feel like that would be fairly demoralizing. I could have used Magicka. Granted, I feel like the money might have been a better call. Could have used Magicka, of course, offensively at the ruler to kill some of his troops, whatever. I think we'll sit and wait for a while. Learn some martial stuff. I think we'll learn. We'll try and follow this martial lifestyle a little bit. How much experience are we gaining still? Genius gives us 30%. Bureaucratic gives us 5%. From Domain gives 15%. We get 15 per month, and that's even after the minus 90. So we're still getting a perk every kind of couple of years. Even with the minus 90 from being a lich, it's totally irrelevant. So here's what I'll do then. I'll look through all our artifacts and see if there is an artifact that can give us some learning lifestyle experience. Let's wait a while. Build up our magicka. Build up our gold as much as possible. And then hit Coral hard. Just again, now that they've effectively done the heavy lifting for us, they've unified all of that. We just declare war, conquer kingdom, take the whole bloody damn thing, and that's us, right? Then all we've got to do is another war against Amber, against this bloody child, and we've done it. I think these are going to be the hardest wars. Let's see what we can do. Come back tomorrow.